Hey, what is up, you sexy beast? GhostSickness or Tristan here, and today I'm bringing you another My First Yes. I still have some going on in my life, some that are still developing, and today I'm telling you the story of my first time getting stood up. Surprisingly, this did not happen until I was almost 21 years old. Yes, I'm 21 now, which makes me feel really old, but I'll be making an entirely different video on that, what I did for my 21st birthday. But today I'm telling you my first time getting stood up, and it has a twist ending, so definitely stay until the end. It's going to be a fantastic story, so sit back, grab some candy, grab some popcorn, grab your favorite soda. Mine is personally Mountain Dew, but you know, Dr. Pepper's pretty good as well. But anyway, yeah, sit back, relax, and enjoy the story because it's such a good one. All right, so as you guys know, or may not know if you're new to my channel, I use Tinder, and I use Tinder because I work at Best Buy, and at Best Buy, I'm not really allowed to hit on girls at work, and so I use Tinder to get girls on the side and to not be super alone in this world, and I use it for hookups mostly, right? So I'm not really looking for a relationship or anything, so I kind of go on Tinder and look for, you know, hoes. Girls looking for one-night stands or, you know, friends with benefits or whatever. Not really looking for anything serious. Now, again, if I find something serious, cool, then I'll go with it. Then I'll date a girl, whatever. But in the meantime, honestly, just looking for girls to bang, right? So I'm on Tinder, swiping right, all this fun stuff, and I match with this girl. Now, she's pretty cute, but again, all of her pictures aren't showing me what her body looks like. And so I'm like, I don't know if this girl's, you know, a little thicker or not, you know, too thick for my liking. Who knows? And so we match on Tinder and we're messaging a little bit, start flirting, and then I finally get her Snapchat because that's my typical kind of course of action is, you know, you get them on Tinder and then you quickly get them off of Tinder and get them on Snapchat so they'll actually talk to you because most girls don't go on their Tinder that much because they get bombarded with messages and you got to separate yourself from every other guy. But again, totally separate video coming from that. But yeah, so you get their Snapchat and then I start messaging her and it's going pretty well and we're texting and flirting and it starts off pretty slow. You know, it takes probably a couple of weeks, and again, this was about 2 months ago when we first matched, and it takes a couple of weeks in order to actually get something going, and so we start getting that going, and then we're kind of texting and flirting with each other, and then, you know, we exchange nudes, and we're texting, and I finally see what her body looks like, and she was a pretty good looking girl. She was pretty thin but had pretty large boobs, which is definitely interesting, and a rather nice ass. But there's that's really all I'm going to describe about this girl. But the one downside is I'm pretty kinky, right? So, and this girl was not very kinky, but I still wanted to try having sex with her, right? And so we were talking about all that stuff and kind of how we wanted to get down and how she wanted to get down and all this stuff. And we were going to arrange to meet. We were going to arrange to, you know, meet up and obviously do what we had talked about doing, you know, for a couple of weeks or whatever, however long it was. And so I got off work one day at 9, and this was a Saturday fucking 6 weeks ago or some shit. I don't even know. It was a little while ago. Not super recent, but definitely recent in terms of how many stories I've told recently. So yeah, just ignore that part, right? It's whatever, guys. We're in New Year, you know, new me, totally. All right, so I got off work at 9 p.m., and we were scheduling to meet at 10 p.m. So we had been texting throughout the day, and she gave me her address and everything, and then she had texted me, and she's like, yo, can we meet at 10? She's like, yeah, that sounds good. I might be out with friends or whatever, but 10 should work. And so I'm like, all right. So her last text to me was at like 7 p.m. And this is where the problems arise. So I get off work and I'm like, yo, I'm off work. You know, we still good for 10 and I don't hear anything back. Right. And so I get ready, you know, I clean up, I brush my teeth, I do all that sorts of stuff. I get date ready, get presentable. And it's like 9:30 and she lives like a half hour from me. All right. Because again, in Seattle, people geographically aren't very far away, but driving there takes fucking forever, dude. Literally to drive like half the distance takes twice as long as where I used to live, man. It's a rip, dog. But whatever, man. Traffic and different roads and off roads and back roads and all sorts of fun stuff. So anyway, I was like, all right, dude, I gotta leave by like 9:30. I ended up leaving by like 9:45 or 9:50, and I was like, yo, I might be a little bit late, but I'll be there, right? I'm on my way. And again, this girl hadn't texted me back since like 7 p.m. But earlier that day, she was like, yo, 10 p.m. works. And here's my address and all that stuff. So I punched in her address to, you know, Apple Maps, classic, right? Get in my car, start trekking on over there, listen to some music. And the drive was long as fuck, dude. It was dead ass like 26 to 30 minutes, right? So I finally get there and it's like 10:15 p.m. on a Saturday night. I just gotten off work like an hour and a half ago. And I'm sitting in my car and, you know, to my left is her house. So I'm kind of parked kind of on this like gravel road. Like she's on it. There's like a gravel like place where you can like pull off, kind of on the side of the road, right? So my car's like halfway on the road and halfway in someone's fucking driveway thing, but whatever. So she lived pretty fucking far away from me. So I'm across her house and I'm like, yo, I'm texting her on Snapchat. I'm like, yo, I'm here. I'm ready, blah, blah, blah. Doesn't answer for like 5 minutes. So I call her on Snapchat. Because again, I never got this girl's number. Like we never made it that far, right? We're not friends on Facebook or whatever, but I still had her Snapchat, right? So I tried calling her on Snapchat and again, nothing. So I wait like 5 more minutes and I'm just in my car and I'm just laughing at the sheer amount of what the fuck is happening right now. Like my dumbass drove 30 minutes and this girl's not even coming outside, right? She's not even answering. She hasn't even read my Snapchats in the last 3 hours. So again, there's mistake number 1 is actually heading over there without being 100% certain that this girl is even alive or that this is the right address or whatever. Because again, it all checked out in terms of the address and what Snapchat said and all sorts of that fun stuff, right? So I'm like, oh my God, dude. She told me she lived with like 3 different girls, right? So I really did not want to go to her house and knock on the fucking door and be like, yo, hey, I'm here to pick up this girl so I can nail her and bring her back in like 2 hours. Sound good? But dude, it was just like, oh no, dude, oh no. So I'm just in my car like, no, dude, I don't want to knock on the door. It's like 10:30 at night. I don't want to be that guy, dude. Because if anyone else is asleep, I'm going to fucking wake them up. It's going to be horrible. So I hear like some noise coming from inside the house because I finally just like, I'm dying. Like I'm dying laughing in my car. And I'm like, dude, I need to get out and knock on this girl's door. And I really, really do not want to. I'm fucking dead. I'm texting one of my friends all this shit. And she's just dying, dude. She's just fucking dying. She couldn't believe it. So I get out of the car and I walk up to her house and I'm like regretting this immediately, dude. I'm like, no, 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 no. I don't know who's going to answer the door. I don't know how upset they're going to be with me. I don't know what's going to happen. So I do this like half-assed, like weak-ass knock on her door, dude. And I just wait for like 30 seconds or some shit. So they have like the screen door, right? The fucking one that you pull and then you can knock on their actual door, right? The glass one and then the real door. So I pull that open and I knock on the real door just lightly, like probably 3 or 4 times, like, this is the police, open up, right? And fucking, I hear this like, she said she lived with like a mom and like a kid, like not her mom. She had like girl roommates, like I said. And so I hear a mom trying to like put her daughter or son or whatever the fuck to sleep. And I knocked on the door probably 3 or 4 times total, and I just waited there for like 30 seconds. And then I'm just like, yeah, I'm piecing the fuck out of here. So I go back and I get in my car, right? And I'm just waiting in my car because I'm like, dude, I'll give it 10 more minutes. If she's not out in 10 more minutes, my dumbass is leaving here. So it was probably like 10:30 at this point. So like I said, I got there around like 10:15, something like that. And it's like 10:25, and I'm like, all right, dude, I'll give it till like 10:35 before I just piece the fuck out of here, right? So again, like I said, I'm like halfway in someone's driveway, and all of a sudden, this big ass truck pulls up. Right? And again, I haven't heard anything from this girl. Maybe she's out with friends. Maybe she's asleep. I'll tell you guys in a second what ended up happening, but I don't know where the fuck this girl is. And I'm just kind of sitting in someone's driveway in my car, and my car's off, whatever. I'm just sitting there. And again, I don't fucking belong there. And this guy pulls up in this truck, and there's like 4 people in this truck. I'm like, oh, maybe she's in the back of this truck with some of her friends or whatever. And I'm just kind of like slightly worried, but you know, who knows what the fuck's going to happen. And so like 2 people get out of the truck and 2 people stay inside the truck, and they kind of get out. And then they're just parked like literally right in front of me. We're like nose to nose in this person's kind of driveway thing. I don't even know how to describe it. But then he kind of gets out a little while later and he like comes up to me, and I roll down my window a little bit. He's like, can I help you with anything, sir? And I'm like, oh, sorry. I was just waiting for a friend or whatever. And I was like, don't worry, like I'm leaving right now. And I was kind of like worried what he was going to ask or what he was going to do. He's like, get the fuck off my property, right? I don't know. The girl didn't get out of the truck, and I was like, oh, dude, where the fuck is she? And again, still hasn't even opened my messages on Snapchat. And I'm like, you know what? Now is my time. So I kind of go up the street, I do a U-turn, and I'm just kind of slowly coming back. And then I had texted another girl, right? A girl that I've been trying to sleep with for weeks, right? A girl that or actually kind of like a little over a month or so since I moved here. And I had texted her and I was like, yo, like, I really want to meet up with you. And so I ended up calling her, and she was like, yo, because this girl's a mom, all right? This girl's a mother of 2. And she's like, yo, let me see if I can get some people. Let me see if I can get my mom to watch my kids, right? Because, again, I've been trying to hook up with this girl, trying to get her to come over. And this first girl, the girl that I drove 30 minutes for, is not even answering the goddamn door or my Snapchats. And so that's not happening. So I call up the MILF, because I call her the MILF because she's a hot mom, right? So again, she's my age, but she's still a mom. So I call her a MILF, whatever, no big deal. She's like, yeah, let me see if I can get my mom to watch my kids. I can probably hang out tonight. And so I knew where this girl lived because, again, we'd been on one date before. And so I didn't want to just drive all the way to her house and kind of gamble this right? So I start driving toward her house though, and I'm like, how fucking creepy would it be if she finally gives me the A-OK and I knock on her door like right after? Like that would be so fucking creepy. So I drive like halfway to her house, and I'm just reasonably thinking this out. I'm like, man, I don't live that close to her. I live like 15 minutes from her. So if she texts me that she's ready and I knock on her door in less than 5 minutes, she's gonna be like, what the fuck, right? Where was I this whole time? And so I like do a U-turn, flip my way, and change my nav to go to the McDonald's. And now my original plan was to go to McDonald's closer to her house, but I accidentally go to the wrong one, and I go to one a little bit further from her house, but still like 10 minutes away instead of the one that's like 5 minutes away. No big deal. So I fucking hightail it to McDonald's because I am starving. I haven't eaten dinner, or I haven't eaten food since dinner at work, right? So I haven't eaten since like 6 p.m. or whatever. So I hightail it to fucking Mickey D's, still waiting for her answer, still waiting for her response. I haven't even heard from the first girl, so she's fucking out of the equation, dude. I go to McDonald's and I order breakfast because they do breakfast all day, which is super sick, right? So I get like a bacon, egg, and cheese McGriddle, a hash brown, and an orange juice. And I'm like, dude, let's fucking load up. Now, right after I order it, before I even get my food, she was kind of texting me like, yeah, I should be able to hang out. And I'm like, all right, well, you know, text me when you're ready for me to come over, right? Like, let me know when you're ready for me to come pick you up. And so I was like, God damn it, dude, I might have to cancel my order at McDonald's and just hightail it over there because I've been waiting for this girl for fucking ever. So she doesn't end up texting me before I get my food. So I finally get my food. I eat all of my food, and then she finally texts me. She says, like, I'm ready. So I'm like, all right, dude. So I get in my car, and I fucking drive over there like 10 minutes. And I wait outside of her house for literally like 15 to 30 minutes. It took so fucking long, dude. I think it was actually like 15 minutes or some crazy shit. But she was like, I'm coming. And then literally did not get out into my car for 15 minutes. Again, keep in mind, this is girl number 2, not girl number 1, okay? The girl who lived 30 minutes from me is out of the fucking equation. I'll tell you what happened about that in the morning, right? So girl number 2 finally comes out to her car, and I'm like, yes, dude, finally you're here. And so she gets in my car, we come home, we smash, I take her home. It was pretty lit, right? So then I go to sleep and I wake up, and then I wake up to like a bombardment of Snapchat messages, and I'm like, oh no, dude, girl number 1 finally opened her fucking Snapchat, and all I see is, oh my God, I'm so sorry, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, yeah, because I had texted her like, I'm here, where are you, you know, all this stuff. And I tried to call her on Snapchat, like, I'm like, dude, what the fuck happened, right? And so she's just apologizing. She's like, yeah, I fell asleep and all this stuff. And I'm just like, dude, whatever, man. Who gives a fuck? Like, you stood me up, man. It's so unrealistic. And okay, so little fun fact is this girl was telling me that she like wasn't gonna give me head and doesn't really do things in the car, like on the drive, like no road head or hand jobs or whatever, which is fine. But again, wasn't gonna give me head even when we got back to my place, which is kind of a bummer, right? Because, you know, sex without head is just kind of boring and just kind of sucks, right? Head is very nice. So she was just like, yeah, I'll make it up to you, blah, blah, blah. I'll give you hand. She said, give you hand. And it just sounded so fucking weird. I'll give you hand on the drive home, right, from picking her up, because she wanted me to pick her up again. And again, dude, I wasted so much fucking gas. 30 minutes there, 15 minutes back to McDonald's, 15 minutes to the other girl's house, 15 minutes home from the other girl's house. Then I had to take the other girl home. Dude, I drove so fucking much, and I was like, the wasted gas, dude, the wasted money, and the wasted time. It was unreal. And so she's like, yeah, I'll give you hand on the way home, and I'll give you head when we get back to your place. And I'm like, look, that all sounds nice and stuff, but like low-key, most girls give head. So it's like, whatever. It's not really that much of a specialty, even though you said you weren't going to give it. Now I guess you're going to give it, so that's a little bit better. But again, you're probably not that good at it anyway, so whatever. And like hand jobs are just horrible in general. I can do a way better job at that than pretty much any girl can. So yeah. And I was just like, look, I like your offer, but honestly, that was such a rip. I literally wasted an hour of my time and like too much fucking gas to bring into mention. And she was just like, I just texted her. I was like, yo, if you can get here, right? If you can get here via Uber or via your friend or via your roommate's car or whatever, I will happily take you home. But I am not driving my dumbass another 30 minutes there and another 30 minutes back unless there is a guarantee that this is happening and that you're actually going to not stand me up this time, right? So we texted a little bit more on and off, and I was just kind of would hit her up random and be like, yo, you know, when do you want to come over? When can you come over? Because again, I never caved. I was never like, yeah, I'll go pick you up and stuff, because this, at the end of the day, this girl wasn't like, she was pretty cute looking, but she was vanilla, right? She wasn't really that kinky at all, and so the sex wouldn't have been like that worth it, right? Most of the other girls I sleep with are at least somewhat kinky and at least more than vanilla and not super boring, Oreo, what the fuck, aren't super boring, right? Are at least worth it, right? So I was just like, dude, and I would hit her up randomly a couple times, and then, I don't know, dude, 3 weeks ago or some shit, I hit her up, and all I said was, hey, girl, right? I didn't even say, like, yo, come over and fuck me, blah, 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 anything extensive. All I said was, hey, girl, and then I see that the fucking Snapchat, instead of being, like, blue or, like, light blue and, like, opened or whatever, is grayed out. I'm like, the bitch fucking blocked me. What the fuck? And so I'm just, like, absolutely dead, dude. I couldn't fucking believe it. I was like, you stood me up. I wanted to actually meet under reasonable circumstances from not driving a half hour there, a half hour back, then my dumbass would have to take you home, meaning another half hour there and another half hour back, which is 2 fucking hours and probably like $12 in gas or some crazy shit 'cause she lives so damn far away. And I'm just like, dude, and she has the audacity to block me, to not even be like, yo, not really interested, right? No big deal, it's whatever, right? But the silver fucking lining is the reason I was dying, the reason I love this story so much is I still smashed girl number 2, dude. I finally did, dude. And she's come over multiple times since, and it's just absolutely fantastic. And she's like, look, couldn't have the girl that I kind of wanted, could actually have the girl I did want. Awesome, right? And it was just kind of an awesome ending because it's like, yes, dude, I have other options. And if she knew that, she would be so pissed. But it's so fucking funny. I just can't believe that she blocked me, even though I didn't do anything like extreme. I didn't call her a bitch for standing me up. I didn't do anything crazy like that. I was just like, yo, like, when can we hang out? I still wanted to meet up with you and, you know, smash. Like, no big deal. And she was definitely interested. We exchanged nudes, all that fun stuff. Got her actual address and should probably go egg her house or something. But again, don't want to drive 30 minutes there. Don't want to drive 30 minutes back. Guys, I really did enjoy the story. If you did, please smash that like button. Let's see if we can do 500 likes on this video. New uploads every Friday. Next week, I'm going to be doing ghostly advice and maybe some stories in between here and there, guys. I fucking miss you. I fucking love you. Hope you enjoyed the story. What was your favorite part? Stay sexy, you beasts. I'm GhostSickness. I fucking love you guys, and I'm out.